What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mr. Joe's Baseball Show. It has been a long time, and I have missed you guys, but I am back, and today we're going to be taking a look at my Netplay Classic League team rankings. So, for anyone unfamiliar, if you watched the Dinger City Classic, this is a very similar format. It's not the auction draft, it's just a regular snake draft where we pick out of all 54 characters in the game. We play with duplicate characters. Everybody gets one team to use for a 10-game season. You play everybody twice, and it's a really fun time. I am playing in one of, I believe, 8 different divisions within the Netplay Classic League. I am in the Legend League, which is, the upper league on one of the sides of the Netplay Classic. And the people in my league are Stuff Flatbread, Boomerang Bro, Remkey, Legendary Bolt, and Clutch. And then, of course, myself. I'm very excited to talk about these teams because our draft was certainly interesting. And I want to talk about who I think has the best team, who has the worst team. I have them all on the screen here. You guys can see pretty much where I've placed them. But we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up and talk about what I think about each of the teams. I want to start off by saying I don't necessarily think any of these teams are bad, but I do think that Clutch's team is definitely the worst. He made some trades during the draft. He was trading picks around, and I think he kind of over-managed a little bit and kind of dug himself into a hole, and his team didn't really come out how he might have wanted it to, so, you know, we're going to take a look at it now. He had the first pick in the draft. He went with Bowser, ended up with Double Madge and Dixie Kong. So, really, like, looking at that top 4, that is such an excellent start to a team. Like, he's got a great pitcher, one of the top 3 pitchers, which is so valuable in Classic. He's got 2 Magikoopas, who are such incredible characters. He's basically got lockdown on the corner bases. We're going to have 1 on third, 1 at second, something like that. Plus, don't forget that the way we play, all duplicates have chemistry, so his Magikoopas will have chem for throwing and stuff like that. And then, of course, he's got Dixie Kong as a pitcher. He's got Bowser, so we could put Bowser on first, maybe, and have Madge at third and second, something like that, like I was just saying. But then his team falls off hard. Like, super hard. He's got Green Koopa, Bare Bones, Red and Purple Toad, and Monty Mole. Now, Red Toad's not bad. I don't have these ordered by how good they are. This is, it's like loosely how they went, except for Clutch's team, I think. But either way, Red Toad's not bad. I think that the non-Red Toads are some of the worst, if not the worst characters in the game. Purple Toad's a little better because he still has Falcon Pop, but his bat is so horrible. And then he's got, you know, Gray Dry Bones is nearly useless, and then if Gray Bones is nearly useless, Green Koopa is truly useless. He's got a lot of dead spots in his outfield. You know, he has a decent infield, but he doesn't really have any strong infielders like for middle infield. He just has Madge who can kind of take up space. And then Monty Mole, you know, Ball Dash is nice. It can lock down steals. You know, if you get stuck in a pickle, it's basically a guaranteed out of that if you're playing him on first. And then you can see there he's playing on Bowser's Castle, which makes sense for him because he doesn't have a lot of power, although he does have Bowser. So I don't love his team. I don't think it's unplayable. I don't think he's going to, you know, go 0-10 or anything like that. But I do think he has the weakest team out of the bunch, and I would not expect him to end up as, like, a top seed in this league. Next up, we have Legendary Bolt. He had the 5th pick in the draft. Now, I think there's already a big step up here from Clutch to Bolt. He's got Boomerang Bro, which is obviously worse than Bowser, but people are more inclined to pitch to Bro, so maybe you might end up with more homers. He's got Boo, which is so valuable. Boo not only with an extremely strong slap hit for doubles and singles, but also the best pitcher in the game, is good at preventing steals because of how fast Boo pitches, and then so you're locked down at pitcher, you throw Bro at catcher. Then you've got Mario for a strong outfielder, potentially also an infielder if you need someone in your middle infield, a good bat. Bowser Jr. is not a great character, but he does play the outfield well. He's got chemistry with Bro, which is nice, and if you get comfortable with his bat, that's not bad either. Oh, I should also mention that your captains are locked in, so Clutch does have to use Bowser Captain, which kind of stinks. And then Bolt will obviously be using Mario Captain, or at least that's what I would do, so I expect him to do the same. He's got Green Dry Bones, so a solid star hitter there. His Bowser Jr. was a little overdrafted, I think, but ultimately not the worst thing. And then Blue Dry Bones, who is, again, basically the same as Gray Dry Bones, not great. Red Paratroopa, a pretty bad character. Paragoomba, rather, is actually not so bad. I think Paragoomba is starting to get a little bit of love again. He plays a good corner base, kind of like Red Paratroopa. He's basically just a better version of Red Paratroopa in my eyes. He's faster, he's got a bit of a better bat, and he plays similar defense. And then Goomba, who will obviously not be the pitcher on this team. You have to find him at first base. He's got the Ken with Para Goomba, which is nice. Again, Ball Dash is pretty sweet. And I think that Goomba's bat's actually not that bad. So it's not a bad team. He's playing on Mario Stadium, so no shenanigans to work off of there. He doesn't get a smaller field or anything like that. Decent team, but again, I don't think it really stacks up to the top 4 here. And I think the next 4 teams are fairly equally balanced, but I do think there is a clear order of them in my eyes, at least. Next up, we're going to talk about Remke's team. Remke had the 6th pick in the draft, but he did trade up to get the 4th pick, essentially. He got the 4th pick overall, and that's how he ended up with Birdo. And then on the way back around for his 7th pick, because the 6th pick gets 2 in a row, so he ended up with the 4th and the 7th. He grabbed Yoshi, which is a very, very solid defensive core. Birdo's such a good captain with the Birdo egg, really good stuff. And then he's got a good entourage of single hitters with Toadsworth, Green Noki for the star hit, Daisy, who has a pretty solid singles bat. And then the Shy Guys, who really aren't bad at the plate at all. They have good reach and pretty solid bats, plus Black Shy Guy has Falcon Pop. Baby Luigi, decent character, not great, really not great, but in Classic, he's definitely better than he would be in a standard game, and then Blue Toad being like the stinker on his team. So really, I think Blue Toad's the only real weak point on his team as far as batting goes. However, he doesn't have a clear, like, strong pitcher. Now, obviously, Noki can pitch, Daisy can pitch, Green Shy Guy can pitch, and they're all solid options. You know, Noki and Daisy better than Green Shy Guy, obviously. I know Remke really likes Noki pitcher, so I don't think he's going to be hurting too bad for it. But I don't like that he doesn't have a strong pitcher. But then again, only 4 of the players really get, like, the good pitchers in the 2 monkeys, Diddy and Dixie, Boo and Waluigi, who's a bit of a step down, but he's still above, like, the next tier of pitchers. Now, Remke's a very good slap hitter. He's a very good small ball guy, so Birdo Captain's going to be huge for him. Toadsworth going to be really good. You know, Yoshi. Very, very solid offensive team. Lacking power, though. However, he did pick up Peach Garden. It was basically essential for this team, and I think he's going to put it to really good use. He will most likely, in my opinion, sweep his home games, but I can't say for sure. I'm not entirely sure, obviously, but I think he'll have a really good time at home, and he might struggle a little bit on the road, but Remke is the best player in our league, so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he sweeps with, like, a 9-1, 8-2 record, stuff like that. Solid team overall, lacking power, a little bit star-hungry if you want to use Toadsworth star and Black Shy Guy's star, but, you know, you really only need them for Birdo and Noki, so not the end of the world. I like Remke's team. It's a solid team. Next up is Boomerang Bro. He had the 4th pick in the draft. He got Hammer Bro. Didn't end up with Boomerang Bro. He actually is a Hammer Bro guy, believe it or not, despite the name. Got Hammer Bro, King Boo, Diddy Kong, and Yellow Madge as like his core, which is really solid. You know, obviously Hammer Bro's such a great offensive threat. He will most likely get walked a lot. However, you're going to follow that up with King Boo. And King Boo is obviously a great home run hitter as well. He has been slumping a little bit lately overall in like, you know, the Netplay scene and maybe Dinger City a little bit. But in Classic, a home run hitter is a home run hitter, and one that can play a solid defense is so valuable. So having this 1-2 punch of Boomer and brother Hammer and KB is so solid. Plus, Diddy Kong, such a good pitcher. Not a great bat, but not a bad bat by any means, and it's actually going to be the captain on his team, so we will have the option to use the Diddy Star. And I didn't mention it, by the way, but Remke obviously going to go Captain Birdo. But yeah, so Diddy Kong has the option for the star. Then you have Magikoopa. Obviously, it's Yellow Madge, who's considered the worst Madge, but realistically, like, in the Classic, any Madge is Magikoopa. It doesn't really matter. They all have the same hitbox. They all have the same star hit. It's not going to matter. Yellow Madge can pitch a little bit, which is cool. And then, honestly, his bad characters don't really get bad until his bottom 2. So, like, you have Blue Blob, who is a solid infielder. You get Laser. His bats, you know, it leaves some to be desired. It's not PM. He doesn't have Falcon Pop or anything like that. But still, you know, make him lefty. Maybe you hit a home run. DK Jungle really lends itself to, you know, the short walls. So that's obviously an option. Red Noki does have Falcon Pop, but also just a decent slap hit. It's not great. It's the same as Green Noki. So if you know that, you know what it's like. But plays a great outfield defense. And then Toadette, while she does have a weak bat, I mean, you know me, I can hit with Toadette. Why can't Boomerang Bro do it? I'm sure he can. And Toadette has such elite outfield defense, or even infield defense. So I can see right now, you know, he goes maybe KB at third base, Boomerang, Hammerbro at home, Diddy pitcher, have Blob and Toadette in the infield maybe, or Blob and Noki in the infield, Magikarp on a corner base, obviously. Then he does have 2 Toads, and these are, in my opinion, the 2 worst characters in the game, Green Toad and Yellow Toad. So sorry, Toad Brigade fans, it's just the truth. They don't have a star hit, they have really bad bats, they don't do too much in the field. They play a decent outfield because they're not slow necessarily, but they're not quick, they don't have good dives. So he does have a couple weak characters at the bottom of his lineup there, but I think his top 4 are so good, and then his 5 through 7 are really solid as well, so this is a really solid team. Next up is your boy Joe Baseball over here. Mr. Joe's team, I had the 3rd pick. I grabbed Petey. Petey's so good because, first of all, it's Petey Piranha. We all know Petey. We all know the batting. The batting's insane. But even if Petey gets walked every single time through the lineup, that is an anti-steal machine behind the plate right there. You know, Petey Piranha, the only character with a 100 power arm. He's going to be gunning down people. It's going to be so hard to steal against my team. And the fact that I have Petey means that a lot of people are going to have trouble catching me stealing, which means that I can run on a lot of people. Boo is really the only character that prevents steals like Petey does. You could put a Pianta behind the plate and get a similar effect, which is not so bad, but it's not Petey Piranha, plus obviously Petey's offense. Now, it looks like this is the order that I drafted my team in. I know it might look like I overdrafted Waluigi, but I knew that I was going to get a Magikarp on the way back around. So I actually ended up grabbing Red Mage as well. So I have Waluigi as a pitcher, or I could put him at first base if I want to pitch with Peach. You can see down there on my team. I've got Red Magikarp, so really solid corner defense with a great offensive bat. And then I've got Wario, who has chemistry with Waluigi, and I'm playing a Wario Palace, which I think is home run friendly. I'm not entirely sure, but Wario with the chemistry of the Waluigi is another home run threat on my team. Then I have Yellowfellow for a solid infield defense. He does have Anti with Petey, which I don't love, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. You live with that in the normal game. You're going to live with it in Classic. It's whatever. It's going to be charge hits all day with Yellowfellow. I don't expect him to do too much at the plate. Maybe it's a home run or 2. Maybe he gets some singles, you know. I have him for his defense. That's basically why he's here. Next up is Red Shy Guy, the best of the Shy Guys. He's got Falcon Pop, which is super nice. He's got a great bat reach. He's decent in the outfield. Really like Red Shy Guy on my team. Then I've got Peach. I'm not too sure where I'm going to put Peach. She might find her way on a corner base. Potentially a pitching mix-up. Maybe I'll swap between Waluigi and Peach. Or maybe I'll just hide her in the outfield, hide her in center field, something like that. But she's basically just like, she was a decent character that was available. I am going Wario captain on this team, so Peach isn't really going to be seeing much star hitting, but, you know, it's a decent option, I think. I grabbed Baby Mario pretty late because I actually like Baby Mario's bat a decent amount. Plus, he has wall jump. I wanted to have a wall jumper on my team. You know, some people don't have any. Remke doesn't have one. He is playing on the Garden, though, so it makes sense. Clutch doesn't have one. And Flatbread doesn't have one. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. That sounds right? No, Flatbread is Luigi. Okay. But, you know, either way, Boomerang Bro has Toadette, and then you have Luigi on Stuff Flatbread's team. I have Baby Mario. Remke does have Baby Luigi. So, actually, it looks like everybody except for Clutch ended up with a wall jumper, which is... that's pretty indicative of how the draft went. But, either way, my last pick was kind of my stinker, and I think that if your stinker pick is a Shy Guy, that's not really bad. It does have chemistry with my other Shy Guy, which is nice, so maybe I get like a nice chem to the infield connection, but more likely than not, my Shy Guys are going to be my left and center fielders, and then I'll have Baby Mario in right field. So I really like my team a lot. I don't think I have too many weak spots. Obviously, Peach isn't great, and obviously Yellow Shy Guy's not incredible. Baby Mario's not amazing, but I don't have any characters like, you know, Green Toad, Yellow Toad, Gray Dry Bones, Red Paratroopa. Like, I don't have, like, the really bad characters. So I'm pretty happy with my team. I've got Wario Palace, got Wario Captain. You know, I've got a lot of characters from the Wario Classic team. My top 4 characters all in that team. So I'm feeling pretty good. I like my team a lot. I think I'm going to have a really solid performance. I'm very excited for it. I think I made out really well in this draft. I think I was the only person who didn't trade any picks during the draft. Not entirely sure, but I think I made out just fine for it. Now, what I think is the #1 team in this Classic is Stuff Flatbread's team. He had the 2nd pick. However, he traded his picks a lot with Clutch and some other players, and he didn't fleece anyone, but he made out really well. So Second pick overall goes DK, great pick. When it comes back around to him, he grabs Fire Bro, so he's got 2 heavies, plus DK is going to be his captain more likely than not, although I could definitely see him going Luigi captain. I would not be surprised at all if we do, because that leaves DK to be, you know, a slap or home run hitter, while you can improve Luigi's batting by having the Luigi Fireball, so I actually might like Luigi captain more on this team. Let's see what he does. So you can see there, his top 4 does not look amazing, right? At a glance, you know, we're looking at the top 4s and all the other team, and they look really, really strong. And then you look at Flatbread, and it's like, yeah, you have DK, you know, Frybro's not bad, he's a good character. But then you have like Luigi, Green Para, that's not amazing. But then you start to look a little deeper, and it's like, all right, well, he has PM, like that's really good. PM's a great character. You know, he's got Red Koopa, a great star hitter. He's got a really solid star hit. Blue Noki, you know, a good outfielder, decent slap hit. Red Drybones, another Falcon Pop character. He's got some potential there. And then Blue Shy Guy is his stinker, which is not so bad. He plays a solid outfield. He's got a pretty good bat. We're playing on Yoshi Park here. So the thing about Flatbread's team that I think makes it so strong is that there aren't really any holes. So, you know, he does lack a solid pitcher, so that's definitely something to look out for. I imagine Green Para is going to be the pitcher. You know, honestly, looking at it, I think my team's the best. I've come around. But still, Flatbread's team, really, really solid. He has depth in this lineup. You know, he's got DK, Firebro, Luigi, Green Para, PM. And then, again, like I said, his bad characters like Red Koopa, Ron, he's not going to have that bad of a time. Blue Noki can get it done. She's got decent speed. She's got a decent slap hit. Bones has a good slap hit, plus he has the star option. And then Shy Guy, again, good slap hit, no star, which kind of sucks. He's not great in the field, but he's not bad by any means. So he has a good offensive lineup, and he has good defense. You know, he's going to have DK infield, probably with PM. Maybe he plays PM at catcher, but more likely we'll see Bro at catcher. He's got Luigi for right field or first base if he wants him. Maybe you throw Noki on first base for the PM chem, but if not, Noki finds the outfield. You get Shy Guy in the infield, something like that. You know, he's got options. He's got depth. He's got a really solid team. I do like my team a little more. I might be a little biased, but I'm very happy with how mine turned out. I think that, like I said before, I think the top 4 teams are pretty close. And then I think that Bolt's team is not too far below, and then I think Clutch is a little bit of a fall-off. But again, I don't think Clutch is getting washed or anything. I just think he might end up below 500. So, this is what I think about the Netplay Classic League. However, that's not it just yet, because I have a small announcement. It's not really an announcement. I'm just saying I'm going to be uploading all of my Netplay Classic games onto my channel. It's going to be 10 games of Netplay Classic League. It's going to be, actually probably more because of playoffs, depending on how I do during the season, but I get to play all of these players 2 times. You guys are going to see every single game as they come up. You know, I'll be editing and uploading them basically the day after I play them, maybe even sometimes the day of. Really depends when I play them. So I'm super excited. You're going to see a lot more Netplay classic content, a lot of classic content, which I'm sure you guys all love because we know you love it over at Dinger City. I'm very happy to be back. I know it's been a long time, guys. I've had a lot going on. It's been busy. Been a busy few weeks. I know it's been like 3 weeks without an upload. I was itching for it. I'm sure you guys were itching for it. I'm super happy to be back. The uploads are going to keep coming. Mr. Joe is back. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I will see you again very, very soon. Have a wonderful day, everybody.